eye on the Southern sports world.
The Good Neighbor Network, FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and online at WGNSradio.com. This is the Roundtable. A look at the news, views, politics, and people that are shaping Rutherford County.
Welcome in. It's a Wednesday on the Roundtable here on WGNS. Chip Walters with you from Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, and the Blue Raider Network. Glad to have you along with us. Hope you had a chance to hear County Mayor Joe Carr on with Bart Walker just a few moments ago in the last hour, and his take on all of the events that have happened in Nashville this week, and the sadness that we have for the event, but the pride that was shown, and how the local police department and other emergency people were able to take care of that. Coming up next week on this show, Forrest Sanders of News Channel 5 will be here, and we'll talk to him about how the local news media had to stop everything they were doing, pivot, and provide wall-to-wall coverage of that when the event happened on Monday. But today we're talking about helping folks as well, and that is the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties, and in particular a big event that they've got coming up in May. And want to remind you today, if you'd like to, if you've got a question about United Way, any of their services, you can text us at 615-893-1450. And with that in mind, time to welcome in my two guests today from the United Way office, Kara Carpenter.
Hi, Chip.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Your title is Director of Engagement and Volunteerism. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
So that's a lot.
It is a lot.
And
it is a lot.
And also with us today, Robin C., who works for Parks Realty, and she, along with Francesca Salas, are co-chairs of the upcoming Red, White, and Bayou event. And Robin, good to see you this morning.
Good morning. Always good to see you as well, Chip.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And well, let's first of all talk a little bit about, just in general, if people have moved into this area, which we know there have been a few to do that, the services, or talk a little bit about United Way. And I think you sent me an email this morning with some stuff that I think would be a good topic to hit right now. Just kind of the 50,000-foot view of what United Way in Rutherford and Cannon counties do right now.
Sure. When I started at United Way, that was one thing that I was running into, and I was telling, people in my circle, it's like, I'm working with United Way now, and they're like, oh, that's great, but what does United Way really do? And I think that's, one of the biggest hurdles we have is we do so much, and just, putting it in a nutshell of what United Way really does. We raise money, and then we have partner agencies in our community and we disperse these funds to these agencies that apply for them. But we have to make sure that these agencies support our bold goals, which is financial stability, mental health and substance abuse, and improving early childhood education in Rutherford and Cannon counties. So we also have internal programs that our fundraising efforts support. The one that's probably the most well-known is Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. And in Rutherford and Cannon counties, we have over 17,000 children enrolled in this program, and it's open to any child birth through 5 years of age. And once they're enrolled in the program, they will receive a book, an age-appropriate book, in the mail every month up until they're 5 years old. And Dolly doesn't pay for all the books. That would be really nice.
I mean, we knew she was the queen already, but this program that has started is amazing.
But it costs $25 a year for each child to receive 12 books. So the United Way, our local United Way, pays half of that for the 17,000 plus children enrolled in the program, and the Governor's Early Literacy Foundation pays the other half.
So it truly is free for kids, for families who sign their kids up.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
So that's one internal program we have. Another is our Born Learning Academy, which is a free 6-week workshop for children and parents, school-age children. It teaches parents different techniques of how to turn everyday activities into learning moments. So if you're washing the dishes, how to, count the plates as you put them away, or things like that. And the academy is free to families in the area. It includes dinner and childcare for the families, and it is currently running right now at Cason Lane School here in Murfreesboro. So that's one program.
211. This is really and I think in this week things like this really hit home because we saw in the situation in Nashville the young lady who was the friend from elementary school at Covenant School. She reached out to a crisis line to try to help the who ended up being the shooter, and that, interestingly enough, that girl went to college here in Murfreesboro and is doing well. But this 211 service, I think people have pride about them, and that this is a confidential service that people can use, and folks who are listening today, I really want you to listen about what this is about and what resources are available.
Yeah, so like Chip said, it's a free and confidential service that's provided to the community to provide resources. And I want to stress on the fact that it's providing resources, connecting you to the agencies that provide food insecurity, domestic violence, crisis counseling, unemployment, veteran services, housing, utility payment assistance. I see people on Facebook all the time say that they reached out to 211 and they didn't get any money or nobody answered the phone. And 211 is not us giving you these services. It is us connecting you to the agencies that provide those services for you. So it's a huge help, and it's a one-stop shop for all the services that you may need to get the help that you need.
And a lot of people may not, everybody knows what 911 is,
Right.
and if you drive the interstate, you see 511.
Right.
But 211, that's one of those, you just need to remember that as well, because especially there are depressed areas within our 2-county area for the local United Way, and what you just said, when somebody dials it, where does that call go?
Well, that's one thing I wanted to stress.
Sure.
Even though 211 is a nationwide program, depending on your location of where you call from, Chip, it will connect you to your closest local resource. So even if you're listening to this and you have family in Georgia that might be going through a tough time, you can say, hey, call 211 in your area, and it will connect you to your local resource. So if you call from here in Rutherford and Cannon counties, it's going to connect you to a local operator that can connect you with your local resources.
Gotcha. And again, it hit home so hard this week. You think about, domestic situations or someone who has a crisis in their life. That is an easy 3-digit number to remember to call. And as you mentioned, even if you're a family that's running short on food, we're fortunate to have so many wonderful providers here in our area to help with that. But it's a one-stop call. If sometimes you just throw up your hands and say, I really don't know where to go next, and here is where you go next. 211.
Yep.
Correct.
Correct.
Also, utility payment assistance, and we right this time of year, what you run your heat at night and your air conditioning during the day kind of deal. But
Very true.
But we live in an area that has some of the lowest utility costs in the entire country. But still, it can be stressful for people at times, especially during the coldest part of the winter or the hottest part of the summer.
Yes, absolutely.
So, the other thing that's in house that you talk about, and this is, it's time. and we're talking about, do you call it VITA or VITA?
VITA.
VITA,
And,
Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. Not helping you pay your taxes.
I wish. Tis the season for income tax. But this is an IRS certified program, and it provides free basic income tax preparation for households earning $70,000 or less. So it doesn't matter if you're, as long as your household is 70,000 or less, you can have your income tax prepared at no cost to you.
And these are people who are trained and know how to do
Absolutely.
this,
Yes.
and can help families make sure that they take advantage of everything. And Robin, last year there were over 1,000 families that took advantage of this.
Yep. And you touched the point. They are trained. They are volunteers, but they go through a curriculum to be trained properly on how to do the taxes. And you can just come, schedule your appointment, and it's like Kara said, as long as you're $70,000 household or under, you pretty much qualify for those services.
Yeah, and those are some things that, I asked you for a few bullet points of some things, and those programs right there, those are where the rubber meets the road.
Yep.
Literally, things that people could take advantage of today. If you have a specific question, you can obviously contact the United Way office, or while we're on here today, if you want to drop us a text at 615-893-1450, we'll certainly pass it along to the local United Way office, and Kara and all of the fine folks that work out there and do such an amazing job. Before we get to our first break, Robin, you're kind of the new Liz Ray. You're jumping on you're part of volunteer boards, and it shows what a wonderful heart you have to be part of this community and to do all the things you do. You're a chamber diplomat. You've taken on this role as a volunteer with United Way. What is it about giving back to the community that has been special in your own personal and your professional life?
Yeah, so I was actually driving to Nashville all the time to volunteer at the Nashville Rescue Mission. And I was like, there's got to be somewhere in Murfreesboro that I can volunteer and give back. And I've been a firm believer since as long as I can remember that you can't complain about things if you're not doing anything to change those. So when I learned about opportunities...
Oh, you can, but it's...
you can get on Facebook all day and complain, but it's not going to change anything.
That's right.
I don't want to be somebody that complains about things or wants to see changes in a place that I call home and I'm very passionate and love, and I'm not doing anything to contribute. So when I learned about programs like United Way and started volunteering for them and the Murfreesboro Young Professionals and the Chamber, I just dove all the way in. It's what fills my heart. It's where my life comes alive. So I just dove 100% in, and through United Way, I've been able to start out as a volunteer and make my way up into being a board member and now chairing events because it's my passion and it's what I truly love.
Yeah, and it is... You're involved in some things that really they don't have preferences. They take care of people, especially with United Way. Your role with the chamber, I had Kelly Beam on here not too long ago, and
Love her.
I know, don't we all? And it's like, you guys, how much gas do you use going to ribbon cuttings? But that's a good problem to have because of everything that's going on in our community.
Yeah, our community is not slowing down at all whatsoever. I love the growth. I know it's not for everyone, but I love it. And being a part of the chamber, I feel like I get to know about the growth and the things that are coming to our community a little bit before a lot of other people do. It's a great way to meet new people. The connections and relationships that I've built through the chamber have been amazing. And we have a good time, so we get to have a lot of fun, and people like to feed us. So
that's right. That's right. And Kara, before we get to our break, talk a little bit about the staff at United Way, because obviously volunteers help out, but there's a professional staff that runs it every day. And Megan Flippin Polly. She runs the show over there and has put together a wonderful crew, including yourself.
Absolutely. I've been with United Way since the end of July, and it's just been an absolute pleasure working with everyone there. Megan is an excellent president and CEO. She is a great leader for us. And Lucy Birchfield is now our vice president of development.
Well, that's scary. I've known Lucy since she was in high school, but
yeah, Lucy, she's a character, but it's been a lot of fun working with Lucy in the development and events, and so she's great. And then Jamie Craig, I work with as well in development, and she works with our employee workplace campaigns. And then Kristen Swan is our vice president over community impact, and she does an amazing job. And Ella Weaver works with her. And then we have Vicki Rutherford working with the Family Collective. And it's just a great group of professionals there working.
If people need to get in touch real quick right before the break, how can they get in touch with the United Way office?
They can call our number. I don't know.
Go to the website. You can go to the website.
Go to the website.
Yeah.
Look up, Google United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties.
I know it's an 893 number. Or just go to our website, yourlocaluw.org.
Yourlocaluw.org. All right, we're talking United Way, and when we come back, we will talk about one of the biggest events they have all year. It's Red, White, and Bayou. We'll have all the details when we come back on this Wednesday edition of the Roundtable on WGNS. Chip Walters here with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates. I was named a top 10 agent in the #1 Exit Realty office in America in 2021. The top question I get around town, how's the market? Good question. And the answer's changed a few times this year alone. I'd like to know what you've heard and share some solid data we have. Give me a call and let's have a cup of coffee and take a look at what's happening in your neighborhood. All my contact info is right on my website, choosechip.net. I'm Chip Walters with Exit Realty Bob Lamb and Associates.
Hey fellas, need an annual health exam for work or just to start the year prioritizing your health? I recommend Low T Center to get your complete health assessment. They check all your levels, not just your testosterone. Typically, it's completely covered by most health insurance, and if you don't have insurance, it's less than $100 for full labs and an office visit with the provider. Low T Center specializes in men's health, making it quick and easy. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Bell Jewelers Estate Sale.
Thursday, April the 20th.
Bell Jewelers Estate Sale.
It's just a one-day event. We have a company that we've done business with for years. They travel all over the world buying various antique and estate pieces, and they'll be here Thursday, April the 20th.
Bell Jewelers Estate Sale.
We never know what we're going to get until it arrives. Bell Jewelers, 821 Northwest Broad Street, across from Toots.
My grandmother and Ms. Adams were best friends. She said, Betty, you need to come to Adams' place. You'd love it.
We're talking with Betty Kirksey.
They go above and beyond of what their job is. I wish Miss Adams was still living so I could tell her, you were right. It is where I should be, and it's very nice.
I'm Terry Deal. Call me for more information about Adams Place, located at 1927 Memorial Boulevard, across from Walmart.
This is Good Neighbor Events with Bart Walker. Brought to you by the law offices of John Day and Americare Pest Control.
This is a paid legal ad.
When a family member is lost as a result of someone else's negligence, the grief can be unbearable. It also leaves you with a lot of questions like, how did this happen? Who's responsible? And is my family going to be okay? That's a lot to go through, but with the law offices of John Day on your side, you don't have to go through any of it alone. We understand what you're going through, and we have the experience to get the answers, justice, and compensation your family deserves. Call the law offices of John Day.
Don't forget to shop local. WGNS encourages you to support our local family businesses. And the free lecture series begins on Tuesdays in April and May at Greenhouse Ministries. Well, put this on your calendar. Linebaugh Library is celebrating its 75th anniversary, and they're doing that on Wednesday, April 5th at 11 o'clock at the library. You don't want to miss that. That's 11 o'clock Wednesday morning, April 5th, at the Lineball Public Library. And thank you for 75 years. Don't forget, Shred Day is back at Wilson Bank and Trust. It'll be Saturday morning, April the 8th. There's an underwater Easter egg hunt on Saturday morning, April the 8th, at the Patterson Community Park Indoor Pool. That's right, an underwater Easter egg hunt, 10 to 2:30, Saturday, April the 8th. And that's at the Patterson Community Center. MTSU is having a Chinese Music of Hope concert. That's Friday afternoon at 4 at MTSU's Wright Music Building. And those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Good neighbor weather. We'll see sunny skies here this afternoon with a high in the mid-60s. Northeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low near 35. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Vujicic, Scan News Radio WGNS. Currently, it's 39.
Broadcasting from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios, MTE has provided light, comfort, and connection to our community since 1936. As your trusted energy advisor, MTE is always here to help. Connect online or download the My MTE app.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
Beautiful day in the borough on this Wednesday as we come to you from the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios here at WGNS with today's Roundtable. Chip Walters here. Glad to have Kara Carpenter and Robin C. As Kara works with the United Way. Robin volunteers for the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties, and it is kind of now all hands on deck for one of the biggest events of the spring, and that will be the Red, White, and Bayou Party coming up on May 5th. It'll be at the Grove at Williamson Family Farm, and this is one of the biggest fundraisers of the year for United Way. So who wants to take it and run here and talk a little bit about this event coming up?
Yeah, so Red, White, and Bayou, it's a low country, Cajun-themed upscale event. It's a, like you said, the biggest
low country, upscale.
Upscale, low country, yes. We like to make it, upscale, very nice, but it's still got that low country, that Cajun feel, good food, music, bar. We'll have some sort of fundraising inside of that, whether it's an auction or a wine pull. We're excited this year because it's the first year it's not at someone's house. In the past, it's always been in someone's backyard, and they do it up really nice for that. And this year, we've moved it to the Grove because the event has grown so much.
That you need an actual event space
for it.
Yeah,
we need an actual event space, so we're excited to do it at the Grove this year. And yeah, we're looking forward to celebrating on May 5th. And yeah, this is...
Yeah, it's coming up, and one thing, and for people who have an interest in it, and because there's a lot of social events that happen around town, and the name list gets passed around from organization to organization. Yes. And some people say, well, I would have gone to that had I known. Well, here's a good opportunity if you want to call in. By the way, you do have that number, don't you, of the United Way office, Kara?
615-893-7303.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Or if you are interested and would like to get an invitation to the Red, White, and Bayou Party, just text us here at 893-1450, and we'll pass that along, and you can get invited. So, Kara, talk a little bit. This thing has been going on for a little while now, and and like everything else, had to pause for COVID, and that also in turn, because it is such a big fundraiser, kind of strapped the United Way a little bit, and now it's been back going strong, and as Robin said, continues to just absolutely grow like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, well, to your point, Chip, Red, White, and Bayou started in 2010. And so up until 2020, it's always the first Friday night in May. So that was like a party you could count on every year, and then it came to a screeching halt in 2020. So
as did so many things.
Yeah. So the event did not happen in 2020 or 2021. So last year was the first year, bringing it back. And in those 2 years, so many people have moved into the community. Some people have moved out of the community. So, but more definitely moving in. More moving in. So we're just trying to get the word out of, to our new residents or, people who may not have been aware of the event, previously. So we're really looking, this year, it's why we asked Robin and Fran, they're so well connected in the community and they have a lot of, reach. And so, and with Robin being on our board, it was just a natural fit for them to be the co-chairs of our event this year to help us grow it to where we want to get it.
Well, after it was gone for 2 years, Mark and Jill Converse took that project on, and I know you still owe them a debt of gratitude for being for the rebirth of it,
Yes.
coming at their place, and that's when everybody said, "Okay, we got to get a bigger spot."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
now,
for sure.
Now, for folks who want to go, let's talk a little bit about somebody whether you're a couple or a single or whatever,
Sure.
you can go. And what's the cost involved?
The ticket price, it's $100 for a single ticket. And then we have sponsorships starting at $250 and up. If you contacted us today, we could probably still get you in as a sponsor, and it's not too late to always be a sponsor. We just can't assure you of every benefit moving here out, but
because signage has to be made, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Invitations printed, all that good stuff. So
but we definitely will still take the sponsorship.
Yes.
Yeah. and,
sure.
and really, when we talk about this event, it is, it is a social event, all of that, but it is a mechanism to raise funds for United Way and the programs that we have talked about and the programs that we're going to talk about before this show is over. And it's one of the most important public events that you guys have all year round. And what kind of impact can a sold out or is with this kind of event, what kind of impact can that make on the local United Way and in turn the people who need United Way's assistance?
Sure. Well, this is our largest fundraiser that we do each year, and the money raised goes internally to
our bold goals.
Our bold goals, correct, to support those and help funding our partner agencies, which they're all agencies that you've heard of in the community, so that money goes to support them, the money we raise that night.
So of course, if we sell out an event, that's more funds that we have to be able to disperse into our community.
Correct.
So our goal is to make each event the best and the biggest event we can, because that gives us a bigger impact in our community, and that's our ultimate goal.
Yeah. And when you talk about bold goals and how this helps assist in some of those, kind of give us a little bit of an idea of what those bold goals are as we head headlong into this event coming up on May 5th.
Sure. Our bold goals 2030 were actually developed in 2020 by key community leaders, experts, and community members. And it's a strategic vision just for making our community a stronger place. And these are local bold goals to the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon counties, but it's to improve financial stability, mental health and substance abuse, and to improve early childhood education.
And then healthy behaviors as well.
Yeah.
Yes. And there are measurable, when these bold goals were formed, there were measurable goals that, were made by the experts and, leaders that we can measure by the time we get to 2030 to see where we are and how we did.
You look at these bullet points on this page, Robin, and the issues that these funds are going to help assist. These bullet points are things that we see in the news every day that are problems, whether it's drug-related deaths, general health and well-being of elementary school students, everybody having a tight budget, having children ready for kindergarten, financial stability, mental health. Obviously, that is something that is huge in our headlines right now. But these things that the United Way is helping, to put funds toward to help people are the everyday issues we see, whether it's on the television news, reading the paper, or whatever it may be.
And it could be any one of us at any time.
Exactly.
It could be any one of us at any time. It could be somebody that we would least expect sitting right next to you that needs that help or is using that help, and we would never know.
But it's true, and it has to. There, from your role as a volunteer, it's you give a lot of time, but and I'm on several boards of other things as well, and yes, you do give time, and you do give effort, and you do whatever it is you may do, but what you get back from a satisfaction standpoint, knowing that you have done something that's going to help other people and leave a legacy in your community, has to feel good.
It does, and I don't do it for the legacy. I don't do it for the the accolades. I do it because, again, it's a passion, and it's something that it brings me so much joy in life. But yeah, I mean, it does feel good to know that
it makes you feel good to see other people have it a little bit better.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
that's a good way to do about it. So, and when we talk about how this party again, obviously there, people say $100 a ticket. Well, I mean, this is a fundraiser. This is a fundraiser, folks.
Yes,
and you do, there are obviously expenses that go with that. You do have people who volunteer services or products and things like that to help lower the cost of it. But I mean, you've got a band, a DJ, which that's lighting and all sound and all that kind of stuff. You've got the food products. You've got all the decorating, but the biggest part of that $100 ticket or that $500 VIP reception ticket, that's going to help people on a daily basis.
Yes.
Well, and let's just be real. $100, we all spend that eating lunch out in a week. I mean,
exactly, and it's okay. And if I walk in to get coffee at Sam's Club, $100 later, I come out with coffee and whatever else,
or a trip to Target. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on there, and with the Grove at Williams, it's coming up Friday, May 5th at the Grove at Williamson Family Farm. And again, if you'd like to get an invite and get on the list, text us here 615-893-1450 or contact the office of.
Go to the website.
I was going to
say
tickets are available on the website.
You can click there. Well,
as soon as you go to the website, the big banner comes up for it. You just click on that. And
once again, Robin has straightened me out. So.
Somebody's got to keep you in line, Chip.
So there's that. We'll circle back to that coming up. Some of the other things we want to talk about in the folks in your office, Kara, were so kind of, because it's really hard. I don't know that I've ever seen a everything kind of in one place as we have in these few pages of notes that they put together of
very prepared
of what all goes on with United Way, because you think about it and you think, okay, well, that's where I give at work. It comes out of my paycheck, $25 a month or whatever it might be, or $10 a month, and that's a huge deal when we talk about raising funds, because you want your office to be as close to 100% participation as possible to help those in your county, but there's just everybody knows you can't be all things to everybody, but man, United Way touches a lot of homes and a lot of individuals.
It really does. It really does.
Talk a little bit about here the storybook breakfast.
The storybook breakfast.
This sounds fun.
It will be a lot of fun. We're having our 4th annual storybook breakfast on Saturday, April 22nd. at Overall Creek Elementary School. And this year, again, Murfreesboro Medical Clinic Pediatrics is our presenting sponsor for that. So we're very grateful to them for that. There are 2 seatings for the breakfast at 9 a.m. and 10:30, and this is a great opportunity for you and your family. You can bring your kids, or it's a great opportunity for grandparents to get their grandkids for a morning and bring them out to Overall Creek Elementary School, and you can have breakfast, do crafts and games, and then we're going to have 6 storybook characters there, popular storybook characters, and the kids can have their pictures taken with the characters and interact with them. So it'll be a lot of fun.
These characters are all of Robin's favorites. Ladybug Girl, Max the Wild Thing.
I know nothing about cartoons anymore, so
I know Elephant and Piggy.
My niece and nephew are grown.
Curious George.
I didn't know Curious
George.
Yeah.
That's the only one still around. But Bruce the Bear and Taco the Dragon.
Yeah, no, I don't know those.
I don't know either. But obviously, I promise you, the kids do, and this is very family friendly and very budget friendly. Tickets are $15. A family of 4 or more, it's a flat fee of $60. Yep, and for all you grandpas and grandmas out there, you've got your grandkids, the little ones. This is a great way to spend time with them, and there are sponsorships available, although that deadline has passed. Yeah. This specifically is a fundraiser for the Imagination Library, which is a perfect setup for that.
It is. So, as I mentioned when we started a little after 9 o'clock, Imagination Library is one of our internal programs that we do. And so this is a fundraising event to help offset the cost of, the books for the children in our community that are enrolled in Imagination Library. Also, we have for sale a very adorable Dolly Parton Imagination Library t-shirt. It's also available on the website. You can buy tickets for this on the website as well as the Dolly t-shirt.
So the website is the hub for all of this, and you're
Yes.
you're able to do a little e-commerce on there and get tickets for all these events. And if Red, White, and Bayou is not your thing, or maybe a little more than you want to go, here's a chance to really bond with kids or grandkids, and that will be at the 4th annual.
Yes, I was just going to say all the proceeds from t-shirt sales go directly to Imagination Library.
All the proceeds from that. So
Yeah.
there you go. All right, Kara Carpenter and Robin C., my guest this morning, and the hour is going fast, and we've got some more ground to cover about things that are going on with the United Way. And again, we'll hit on the upcoming Red, White, and Bayou Party coming up May 5th out at the Grove at Williamson Family Farm. We'll take a break. Back with our final segment on the Roundtable right after this.
Hi folks, listen up. This is Rodney French from French's Shoes and Boots. If work boots are what you want, come see hundreds of styles of the best brands of work boots on the market. Soft toe, safety toe, lace up, slip-ons. French's has the best selection of work boots in Tennessee. If we don't have it, we'll get it. We carry small to extended sizes and wide widths in almost everything we sell.
It makes good sense to shop at French's. French's Shoes and Boots.
On South Church Street, between I-24 and Middle Tennessee Boulevard.
This is Dr. David Morris with Magnolia Medical Center. Do you suffer from peripheral neuropathy in your hands or feet, burning pain, balance problems, and decreased quality of life? Magnolia Medical Center can help.
Magnolia Medical Center in Murfreesboro. Online at magnoliamedicalcenters.com.
Here at Bud's Tire, we make buying Michelin tires simpler. I'm Allison Mitchell with Bud's Tire Pros. We offer a straightforward approach to service, including nationwide warranties with every purchase. Stop in today to see our full lineup of Michelin and BF Goodrich tires. For whatever you drive, Michelin and BF Goodrich have a tire to fit any need. Bud's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. We're located on East Main Street, exactly 3 miles from the town square, 1 mile past Rutherford Boulevard. Visit us online at budstirepros.tn.com.
Premier 6 Theater on Broad in Jackson Heights.
Let's all go to the movies.
Check out what's showing at murfreesboromovies.com. Popcorn popped fresh daily.
Movies like the good old Premier
6 on Broad in Jackson Heights.
This is the Roundtable from News Radio WGNS on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
Welcome back to the Wednesday Roundtable. Chip Walters here with you from Exit Realty, Bob Lamb and Associates, and the Blue Raider Network. Today we're talking United Way with Kara Carpenter and Robin C. Next week, Forrest Sanders from News Channel 5 will be talking about the comings and goings and things he's seen along his way. He's a multi-Emmy award-winning reporter with News Channel 5 and won multiple Emmys this year, as a matter of fact, and he is an MT grad, and we'll talk about that, and also with what's gone on this week about how how things in their newsroom came to a screeching halt on Monday and had to pivot toward all that. 2 weeks from today, David Urban, the outgoing dean of the Jones College of Business, who is a character in himself, his own self, as we say in the South, he will be here to talk about something he's very proud of, and that's the growth of the Jones College of Business. But as I mentioned, Kara Carpenter and Robin C. here today, and Robin, one thing we want to hit, since we are in the Middle Tennessee Electric Studios here at WGNS, is MTE through their Sharing Change program. Boy, they have. They've touched a lot of folks with this too, but they're a big part of helping underwrite a lot of the expense that goes on with Red, White, and Bayou.
Yeah, they actually have committed to be our presenting sponsor this year, so we're very appreciative and grateful for them. They're one of those organizations that tend to step up a lot when we need them, so we appreciate that crew over there.
Chris Jones and company?
Yes, sir.
They always do a great job. Okay, we talked about different events, and a lot of times we are here in Murfreesboro, and we always need to keep in mind that our local United Way is not just Rutherford County. It is Rutherford and Cannon counties, our neighbors up in Woodbury and Bradyville and find spots like that. And Kara, talk a little bit about are there any Cannon County specific programs or things that Cannon County in particular folks up there can get involved in?
Well, as far as like our volunteer opportunities, I mean, obviously, anyone in the area is welcome
can be part of that.
Yes, absolutely. But especially with our Stuff the Bus event and Hometown Huddle, which are two of our days of action, they'll be coming up in August and September. Stuff the Bus is a collection for school supplies, and Hometown Huddle is a food drive collection for kids to take food home with them over the breaks if there's food insecurity in their household.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that a little bit more, some of the details on that of how that works.
Oh, okay. But I was just going to say the school backpacks and the bags of food are distributed to the school system in Cannon County. So we do share the wealth with our friends in Cannon County.
Absolutely.
So,
and again, we go back to the bold goals or 211. We certainly want to remind folks in Cannon County as well as here in Rutherford County, assistance is just 3 digits away.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
yep, we took on Cannon County just because they're a smaller area. Rutherford County is a big county. We cover Smyrna, Murfreesboro, Laverne, Eagleville. It just I feel like it keeps going. It was easier for us to take on Cannon County just because it was a one-man show out there, one person trying to run their portion of United Way. So we're able to do a little bit more under the United Way of Rutherford and Cannon County than it was when it was separate.
Yeah. And when anything comes up like this, the assistance to people, it's not just, if it happens here, it stays here, but it's right in these two county areas that, have become so close anyway between the two of them. We talked about the Red, White, and Bayou May 5th. Well, you got to turn right around pretty quick, just 11 days later, which will be on Tuesday, May 16th, and this will be an event coming up in the north end of the county. Stop the Summer Slide.
Yeah.
So kind of tell me what that's all about.
Well, it's educators know that when children aren't in school during the summer, their academic skills and knowledge tend to slide a little bit. So hence the Summer Slide. And to keep that from happening, books are...
No relation to the freshman 15, right?
No, not at all. So, children having ready access to books for children is critical for them to stop the Summer Slide or at least keep it at a minimum. So this is a book collection. We're collecting new and gently used books for children in pre-K through 6th grade. And dual language books are great too. But we collect the books. We'll be collecting them and sorting them on May 16th at the Smyrna Town Center. And then they're packed in boxes and distributed to Murfreesboro City Schools and Rutherford County Schools. And then any other organizations that have summer programs for kids that need books.
And this is a program where on that one particular day, it says, I may not be able to write you a check, but I have time and I want to give back. This is a volunteer opportunity to where they can come in on the 16th and put a little elbow grease into this and really help out.
This is one of our 4 days of action that we do during the year, and it's a great volunteer opportunity just for yourself, or if you have a group of friends or coworkers that want to volunteer together. This is a perfect opportunity for that. It's a lot of fun. We have music and we're working hard, but we're having fun while we're working too. So.
One of the things I noticed, a bullet point about this is, and it's something that, as our community becomes more diverse, that dual language books are welcomed and encouraged. Because this, and again, the virtual kickoff meeting is virtually right around the corner, April 12th. You can go to the website, as Robin has beat me over the head with that this morning, your local UW.org/Stop the Summer Slide, and you can sign up there to be part of this. And you can also find a listing of collection sites or how you can become a collection site of your own. Yep. And whether it's your neighborhood, your church, whatever it might be, your office. Yeah. If you've got a big office, you guys can become a collection site yourself and help kids out all summer.
Yeah, we also have an Amazon wish list linked there, so you can just order books directly off of Amazon, have them sent to our office, or you can just make a monetary donation and we'll do the shopping for you. Yep.
This is kind of connected to Dolly's Library, Imagination Library, but not
same
theme, but just our own little take on it.
It goes back to supporting our bold goals, of quality early childhood education.
And it's no accident that what United Way does, is so much. A lot of it is geared to children and families that have young children, and helping get them off to a good start. That is, one of the most important things, and not only from a health and nutrition and, we talk about utilities. That means a comfortable home with a roof over your head, but also the Imagination Library, what you're doing here, and other just daily things in that are the daily programs that are going on. And again, it's no accident that it is young people that are the biggest beneficiaries of this, but that's to get them on a good path early is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is.
Yep.
It really is.
Okay, we're getting down to the final few minutes here, and this is also a great time to circle back on a couple of things, and one being the Red, White, and Bayou Party. Again, what about volunteers for that? Do you need any elbow grease there, or you pretty much have it taken care of? And here's your chance to really talk about Francesca because she's not here.
It's Francella, but she's
oh, that's right. That's different.
Get my friend's name right.
That's
Chip.
right. I know.
So this is not really an event we need volunteers. We do have great opportunities with a lot of the other events to do volunteer opportunities. And I was going to give a quick plug for Volunteer Connect. If you're looking for a way to get plugged in with United Way, go on our website and look at Volunteer Connect, and you can sign up for opportunities there. Red, White, and Bayou. It's a fun event. It's one of my favorite events. Of all the things I do all year long, you get to get dressed up, you get to listen to the live music, eat good food.
What is the attire? What will Robin be wearing that night?
Summer casual, just
okay.
You think men,
a lot of
linen, loafers, women maxi dresses. Of course, it's usually hot around that time, so just keep that in mind.
That'll be the day before the Kentucky Derby too. That is the Friday night prior to. We've talked about a lot of standalone programs that are very helpful. Kara, talk a little bit about the workplace donations and how people, let's say you've got whether it can be 2 people in your office or 2,000 people in your office, and of how an office can get involved in monthly donations, or where you set up, a program within your own office on an annual basis.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, Jamie Craig earlier, she coordinates with all of our employee workplace campaigns, and she can, talk to you and help you, get that going in your office. And a lot of offices make it fun. They'll have
competition.
Competitions. So, it is what you make of it, and you can have fun in your office, with games and competitions. But, it all goes back to that money going back to United Way to help the people in our community.
I know one of the biggest is the university. The university is very active, and it is, Dr. McPhee, and before him, Dr. Walker, and prior to him, Dr. Ingram. They've all been very active in wanting to get everybody that is employed on campus, and you have, that's one of the biggest employers we have in the county, and those leaders in those different companies, and the university's a company, Nissan's a company, Pillsbury, whoever, those leaders want to look good. They want as high a participation rate within their company as they can. And again, a great way for new companies, because we're starting all the time. This is a perfect way to where you can get involved. You could be a financial benefactor, and doing it on a monthly basis through your payroll is a little bit less sting to it, and that's kind of a way to go about it.
Yeah.
So, okay. Again, any key dates coming up? Things. I know I put you on the spot there, Kara, but as we go in our final minute here, here's your 60-second elevator speech.
Okay. Storybook breakfast coming up on Saturday, April 22nd at Overall Creek Elementary School. Please join us for Red, White, and Bayou. It'll be a lot of fun. That's on Friday, May 5th at the Grove at Williamson Family Farm. And then we have Stop the Summer Slide on Tuesday, May 16th at Smyrna Town Center.
Robin, people want to follow in your footsteps and be a volunteer and work their way into where you, like this year, you and Fran are co-chairing this event. How can they become a volunteer with United Way?
Yeah, Volunteer Connect. Again, that's on the website, yourlocaluw.org. And at the top, you'll see a tab that says Volunteer Connect, and it has all the different volunteer opportunities that we put on and some other organizations put on throughout the year. And you can sign up with your company, you can sign up with a friend, you can sign up individually, but it's the easiest and quickest way.
One-stop shop for volunteering.
I love it.
All right. Thank y'all so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it very much. Again, next week, Forrest Sanders from News Channel 5 will be here. David Urban. In 2 weeks, in about 2 minutes, it'll be Brian Barrett, as he'll have his program coming up. So stick with the Big G right here on WGNS.